Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel, Natural Living by Enovi, where I show you how easy it is to prepare your favorite meals with healthy options, driving directions around Jamaica, self-care, home care, and so much more. My focus is always on a healthy lifestyle and discussions on how to maintain a positive mindset. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Subscription is free, so all you need to do is press that red arrow at the bottom of the video. Okay, hi everyone, I'm gonna start preparing my fruits for my cake. I already have some soaked, but some has been soaking for 2 years and I want to add back a little bit of sweetness to that. So what I'm gonna do is use some fresh fruit soup. So this is about 0.5 kilogram. It's 1023 per kilogram, so it's 522 Jamaican dollars. So our Jamaican dollars it's about 3 something US, because it's about 150 something Jamaican dollars to 1 US. These are some lovely raisins. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know how people who are baking like on a wholesale basis do it, but I have to wash my raisins and take off any little stalks that are in there. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna make sure I have a container there, and this is a strainer. Strain them off in. They're not really dirty, so it's not like I need to have a lot of water, and that's fine. Okay, so you will see the water is a little cloudy. These are the raisins. I'm gonna show you like what I'm gonna, there's a little stalk at the end of some of the raisins. So I'm gonna go through and search by the handful, and then I take off any stalks that I see. So here this has a little stalk, but it's, so I'll take it off. It can get a little painstaking, so a lot of people don't do it. So I will go through and sort them, and then we'll come back to the video. Okay, so I finished washing the raisins. So I'm letting them drain off. That's the water that's left behind. It's only brown because of the color of the raisins. I'm gonna pour off the water and let you see what remains. That's why I don't pour water off raisins or anything. I take them out of the water so that anything which is at the bottom will be thrown out. And these are the stalks that I got off. Not a lot. That means the raisins were pretty good. I don't like eating the cake and tasting those little crunchy stuff in there. So this is what is left at the bottom. It's just pieces of raisins mainly, and then some little dried up stalks. So that is it. Let's gonna drain now. Okay, so the raisins have drained off. So, and or you could use some absorbent paper to just dry them off a bit. So I'm gonna do the same thing now with the currants. Currants are the little tiny ones. So these are the currants, bulk currants. So they were for, this was 0.39 kg, it's 1161 per kilogram, so it cost me $4.53 Jamaican dollars. So I'm gonna do the same thing, soak it in some water and see if there are any little stems attached. So this is why there was a time I used to bake cakes, and I stopped because the time I put into the cake baking, what cakes are selling for, I don't think it's worth my time based on how I bake my cakes. So if I'm gonna sell my cakes, I'd have to sell them for much more than the going price that a lot of people are selling cakes for, because I know the detail and the care and the time I put into my cakes. Because how many people are gonna go through and search all these currants and take off the little stems, unless you like the little prickly thing when you're eating. For people who really blend out their fruits totally, it's it can work for them because they would have blended out the stems, but I just give it a little quick blend. I like a little texture to my cake. I'll finish up the rest. Okay, so these are the currants, washed and sorted, stems taken out. This is what is left back in the water. And these, I got much more stems out of this one than the other one. That's it. So normally I would buy the prunes like how I bought the raisins in the plastic bag bulk, but I had these from in the fridge for a while now, so I'm gonna use them. So these are the prunes. With the prunes I don't blend them because I like when they're soaked, they have such a nice texture, very soft. So I cut them up like this and put them to soak. If I didn't soak enough of them, I would just warm them in the wine on the stove top and leave them overnight, and they will get really nice and soft how I want them. So this is how I cut up the prunes, just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I blend the fruits. So what happened, I have quite a bit of prunes that I had cut up and soaked, just the prunes alone. So I'm gonna use 1 cup of the prunes after you cut them up, 1 cup of raisins, 1 cup of currants. So it's a measuring cup. It is a standard measuring cup. Okay, so we have our standard measuring cup. This is 1 cup, and it's 250 ml. It's written on the here. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's written right here, 1 cup. I'm gonna fill 1 cup of the currants. It doesn't matter if it go over a little, but just about 1 cup. Put it in my blender cup. cup of raisins. I don't like to fill up the blender too much because I like for it to have space for the things to move around, because I don't want some to be blended and not blended because I'm not blending them out like fully. I'm just giving them like a rough chop in the blender. These are the prunes, nice and soaked. The prunes usually take longer to soak and get soft, so if I have extra prunes left over, I don't keep them in the fridge like that. I always make sure there's some soaked. But you can also, like say after your December rush is over, you just blend up your fruits. Just buy them every year. I just go to the supermarket and buy when I'm buying, like say now in November, to make sure I have to replace what I'm gonna have for the next year. Let's try this one so you can see what I'm doing. This is what the soaked prunes looks like, and this is the blender. See, everything is like about there. So what I'm gonna do now is just just to make sure it's properly covered with the wine and the rum. So I had this left over from last year. Before last year, I was just using the red label wine. Was it last year or the year before? But there was a wine shortage one year, so I ended up having a couple of there was a shortage of the red label wine, so I ended up using this. What I'm gonna do is use I don't normally measure, I just cover it, but for the sake of the video and for people who like to have measurements, I'm gonna measure out and see how much we use overall. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a half cup of this one. So I would say, so if it's just red label, then you would just use 1 cup or whichever else wine you have. But that wine is less costly than the red label, I think. The last time I checked. So we have 1. For the rum, you don't need a lot of rum, you know, so let me just see how much this goes. So I think I'm gonna need some more wine. That's 1 cup. I'm gonna put in a 1/4 cup and see. I'm gonna put a little more because. So let's see. Also, we'll be using our 1.5 cups of wine. Really don't need much of the rum, just a little bit. So let me get my tablespoon to measure the rum. Okay, so let's see how much rum I'm gonna put in there. So this is my tablespoon. 1, 2. Let's say about 3 to 4 tablespoons, depends on how much you want. And we're gonna blend. Not blend, I'm gonna chop. Make sure my blender plugged in. Okay guys, okay, so this is a coffee bottle. So for my cake mixture, the amount of fruits I need fills up one of these bottles. So I usually know that if I have one of these, I'll be good for my batch of cake. So I have some fruits here soaking from last year. So our frosting will be here before. I'm taking off the plastic off the top. I have 2 layers of plastic bags on top. So now it's well secured. You smell it? Smell good. So I get a spoon with a long handle, mix it up. And what I do, I'll wash these out and then put the fresh fruits in it. Okay, I'm gonna, because it is such a tall bottle, I'm gonna put it in this bowl. Because I don't want the fruits going down the sides of the container. So I don't want any to waste, so I'm using a spatula to get out the last bits of the fruit. I want to use about half of that and half of this soaked fruits. So when you soak the fruit so long, it loses some of its sweetness. So that's why you get a really lovely flavor. So that's why I like to use some of the fresh fruits with it. This is not a half yet. That's about a half. And I'll see a little more and take some out of this. Okay. Then I'll get my fresh fruits now. So you don't have to even mix it up because I'll be baking this evening. But if you're gonna put it down like until next year, you can give it a mix up. So if you want to see my cake recipe, I'll put in the video number. I think it's video number 15 on my YouTube channel, Natural Living by Enovi. So the ingredients you see there, 1 bottle of this would be enough. But I also put the amount of fruits you're gonna need. So what I have mixed here is about 1 bottle of fruits. So I guess this would be enough for one. What I just measured would be enough for 1 batch of my cake recipe. And what I'll do, I wipe off and get some napkins. Wipe off the edges. Because of the rum, everything will be preserved and nice, so you don't have to worry about boiling the bottles or anything like that. What you can do though is, after you wash the bottles and they have dried, you could put a little rum in it, swirl it around a little bit. And then you get like a plastic. I'm gonna use this, but no, I'm not gonna use this. And you get my plastic wrap here. This is a huge roll of plastic wrap, so I got it off the boxes now. Okay, can I use, so I'll just cover it like that. Two of them. So remember, if you're putting them down for next year, give them a mix so everything is like a nice homogeneous mixture, a nice even mixture. I'm gonna cut this because the bottle mount is not that wide. Saving my plastic wrap here. You can use your kitchen scissors too to cut the plastic. And I just cover it up like that. And that's it. So you can, if you want, you can buy your fancy bottles, but I don't mind using my coffee bottles because these are the perfect size for me. And that's it. My soaked fruits ready to bake. So this is a bottle I had from the year before. I'll show you how it looks. It has a much smoother texture now that it has been soaking. So I'm going to mix this with some of the new one to give it a little more texture. So here I have my 2 bottles of fruits ready to go for my cakes. You can see the difference where the one that has been soaking for a year. This is the fresh ones. So some people like to use cherries too. I put in my cherries on the day I'm baking. I cut them up small and add them. I don't put them to soak like for the year. And what I also do is some people also like to add the mixed peel. Only if I'm soaking I will add mixed peel, not for instant baking because the mixed peel has a much harder texture. So watching my video, remember to touch that red arrow at the bottom of the video to subscribe, or you can just touch the subscribe button if you're watching on your TV. Could you please just take up your phone and just find my channel, Natural Living by Enovi, and just subscribe to my channel, please. Subscription is free, doesn't cost anything. And please make a comment, and you can also press the share button and share it to your Facebook page. So thanks again for watching. I know you have many options, so I really appreciate when you take the time out to watch my video. And if you're getting up to do something, you don't have to turn off the phone. Just take the phone with you, or let it just, if you're watching on the TV, let it continue to play. Thanks again and have a great day.